Against the backdrop of the spectacular Rocky Mountains on the outskirts of Colorado Springs, home to some of our nation's best and brightest at the United States Air Force Academy. And when they're not learning to fly, they're getting ready for battles on the gridiron. Today, these two teams square off in what should be an exciting Mountain West showdown. And the Falcons will put total leather to crank us up. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Okay, so here comes the offense for the first time today. And here's the man they rally around, and he has earned that type of respect, David.
You dang right. You earn it by doing it, and he's done it at such a high level. Everyone believes in this young man, and Palmer, there's a reason why.
You're right, David. He's been in the big moments, and he's won the big games. This guy delivers when the game is on the line.
Finds his tight end. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Handoff from the gun. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. They're such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver now comes in motion. He's got it on the right. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Makes his connection. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. Back to the air one more time. Makes the grab. It's Williamson. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground covered to pick up the first. 2nd down coming up. He's looking to throw. He's going to take off. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Wide out in motion. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going.
And it's caught for the touchdown. Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. So the Air Force Falcons offense will get the ball for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
Motion from the offense. Back to throw, it's Busha. Fires to the wideout. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for a little more on that return, but he hands this offense a short field at the 35. Line gets set, first down. He's going to pass. Makes the grab. It's Strickland. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Offense in a bunch formation. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Makes the grab. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They'll line up for a second down play. Fast motion from the offense. Feeling some heat. Hit as he throws. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Finds a man on the right. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. A new set of downs after the completion. From the gun, the running back has it. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. And it's incomplete. He was looking to the end zone and trying to get 6. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal.
Man, it's nice to have a quarterback that can do this. Last week he was unbelievable. This week, even better. This dude is absolutely on fire, in the zone, feeling it, using the whole field, doing whatever he wants, when he wants, how he wants.
The offense knocking on the door, 1st and goal. He wants to throw it. Gets the toe down, but didn't go forward at all. And the D denied him on 2nd and goal. He's looking to throw. He's in for the score. Touchdown. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point makes it 14-0. So they move the ball 43 yards on that drive. And they finish it off with the score from the 4. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Wants to throw. It's Busha. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. The Falcons will line up to punt it away. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. And now the offense will come onto the field again. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. Let's see what they've got on second down. Give to the running back. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Wide receiver shows motion. Finds his big tight end. At the 35, he's loose. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line, good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
Great job to get down with the slide after getting everything you could.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love this slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Grabs it in the middle. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. Finds his big tight end. And he's got a touchdown.
One thing this team has shown earlier this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them, winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision.
Hey, he's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
He'll toss it. Got room at the 35. And a big play there on the option. The pitch was executed perfectly. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. On the option. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Offense gets set for second down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Right down the middle. A strike downfield. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. And the Falcons are on the move. The give to the fullback. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Stuck with a running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Dropping back, it's Busha. The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him. Ball's at the 27. It's 3rd and short. Can they avoid making that 4th down decision? From the gun, wants to pass. Escapes trouble. And he scoots his way to the 1st down and then slides to avoid the hit. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Running back goes in motion. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They'll run the option. And the defense makes a big hit and knocks him down. They've gotten pushed back, but it's still 3rd and goal. He'll set up to throw. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down. And they decide to trot out the kicker. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup. NC State was relentless today in a road win that, frankly, wasn't even as close as the final score indicates. This was a vintage Wolfpack performance, one that really should instill confidence within this program. Going to be interesting to see what the fallout from this one is for one ranked team, while the other figures to get a bounce when the new rankings come out, guys.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this group, David, if I were allowed to kind of push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Pressure coming. Trying to make magic with his feet. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. He was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
Spin, still running. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. He wants to throw. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete. Now on second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Unloads it left. Complete downfield. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Looking to go up top on first down. Throwing right. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Safe completion on the screen. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it first and goal. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. Now adjusting. Going for 6. And he's got it in the end zone. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point gives them a 28-3 lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my...
He felt the heat trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or two. The Falcons moving quickly to the line. Looking to pass. It's Busha. Fires left. He's got it. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. And the Falcons getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Scrambling away. Short gain on the play before he slides. No huddle, offense to the line. Wide out in motion. On second down, he'll fire. Got a man, it's Harris. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. To the air on first down. They're trying to get to it. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On second down, they'll take to the air. And a little too much adrenaline on that throw. Never gave his receiver a chance.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
No good. Hoping to cut into that lead, and they did not. The lead is huge. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Fellas, many thanks. Happy to provide a break in the action to kind of pour over exactly what has transpired so far. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by acknowledging the sparkling play of this tight end. The guy's like an aircraft carrier out there as a blocker. And then when he releases and shows off that speed and route running, he's almost unguardable. Gotta believe he won't be able to go anywhere in this second half without someone attached to his hip. Thanks, guys. A first half that saw a little bit of everything there in Colorado Springs.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. We're ready to get it started here in the second half. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. Got blown out in the first half, and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it, and I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
Got it in the middle. It's Harris. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. Goes to the option. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. To throw, it's Busha. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Wants to throw on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking to pass on 2nd down. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. A 3rd and long coming up here. Unloads to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
In the last couple weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him. Getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple games.
Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. And now on second down for this offense. The back goes in motion. He'll ride his man on the option. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Defense trying to come up with a stop on third and short from the 37. They'll run the option. And the defense had its hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. Now on fourth down, here comes the field goal team. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt. Oh, and he missed it. No good. The idea was to draw just a tad closer. Instead, the mountain is still enormous. You missed the 52-yard field goal, come up empty on the drive, and now momentum sort of swings to the offense as they'll snap it from the 35. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short. He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat. He'll pull it down. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver shows motion. Keeps looking downfield. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on second and 2. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. On second down, he'll let it fly. Hauls it in. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Field gets a little tighter here in the red zone. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. After the misconnection, it's second down. He's looking to throw. He's got his man. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
First and goal for the offense. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Into their happy place for a touchdown. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and the score is... Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple as they get set to snap it. Time winding down here in the quarter. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Caught in the backfield, it's Harris. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. On fourth down, they'll throw for it. With the catch, it's Carson. He is stopped short, and they'll turn it over on downs. Just a crushing blow at this point in the game. So we'll see the offense on the field to start this drive. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he barrels into the end zone for a touchdown.
And another good touchdown drive by this offense. And how about the start to the season? Blowout win in game 1. Blowout win looking like in game 2. This unit's clicking. They're looking like a team that will be reckoned with when the playoffs start late in the year.
On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. They'll start this drive with a pass. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Harris. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. One big play to get it up near midfield. Now they're in business at the 47. They'll throw it on first down. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. Open space at the 25. Touchdown, Falcons. The offense set for a first down play. The inside handoff. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Bentley. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. On first down, here comes this offense. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Kept it on the ground on first down, now back to the line. They'll run it from the gun. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the first down.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead, you want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking home.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the fourth quarter.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. And they can't make the connection on third. First down here for the offense. Looking to throw, it's Busha. Quickly complete. On the move at the 30. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the tight end. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end. On second down, he's looking downfield. Here's a throw downfield late. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. The Falcons come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. Finds his big tight end. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. And the Falcons look to do some damage in the red zone. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. He's looking to throw. Fires it. Got it. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Looking to throw. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. Second down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On second down, he'll let it fly. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. Now this team has consecutive wins, and when you start expecting to find ways to win games and you expect that you'll perform well enough to do so, that's really hard to stop.
It's a mindset, Reese. This team has it right now. You can tell their players trust each other. Big situations arise in games. They're looking at each other in the huddle on the sideline, expecting to make the play that's going to help them win games. This team incredibly mentally tough right now, David.
And you start to build that mental toughness when you start to string together positive weeks and you start to string together positive plays. Now you know you can do it. It's not, we talked about it in the offseason, oh, we want to do this. Now you're starting to execute.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. You can sense it through the pageantry. First down here for the offense. Looking downfield, it's Bryson. Finds the tight end. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Going up top on first down. And they get the sack right out of the gate.
And this has been a struggle for this offense, protecting their quarterback. It's priorities mission number one, right? Every single game you go into last week, I think a lot of the reason they lost was because they gave up so many sacks and hits on their quarterback.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. We might as well state the obvious. First and second down didn't work out. Third and very long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. Kennesaw State will have to punt this one away. They'll look to pin him deep. And the returner will be dragged down. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
Quickly to the tight end. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient, most of the time, that drag route's going to come in.
He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
I'll tell you, when you've got a tight end like this, it makes it a lot easier calling pass plays on first down, even if the defense is in zone coverage. He did a really good job there, working his leverage, finding the soft spot, making it an easy completion.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. They'll try to run for it. They convert on third down as he gets it to the 46-yard line.
That is how it's done on third down and short. And no doubt about it, an easy hole to get through and clearly get the first down.
If you really want to simplify football, the low man wins. That time the offense got the better of the D.
Going for it all. And he's got it inside the 10. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a first and goal. The huge explosive play put them right on the doorstep, and now they've got to punch it in. They'll go to the air. Moving away from pressure. He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on first down in the red zone. Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? He's looking to throw. He wants it all. Throw to the end zone. Picked off. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. The offense lining up for a first down play. They'll go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, good call by the defense there. They dialed up blitz into that running play, and the linebacker able to make the stop.
Looking to throw, it's Bryson. Getting some heat. He'll pull it down and run. Still on his feet at the 45. Oh, look out, there he goes. And how about that run? A huge gain and the slide at the end. The defense's head may still be spinning. They're just outside the red zone now. First and 10 from the 22. Push down for the tackle.
Man, these read options are so hard to diagnose, just like right there. He picks up a little chunk of yards, not a big chunk. It's so easy when you run the read options.
Why is that? Why is it easy?
Because if you want to play fast to the football, well, then fine, I'm going to pull the ball right now and use your aggressiveness against you. But if you want to sit back, then fine, I'm going to give the ball right now and get a little chunk of yards.
Throws to the wideout. Got his man. Defense knocks him down immediately after the catch, but now they're facing a goal-to-go situation from the 7. Kennesaw State has a chance now on 1st and goal. The snap sets up the throw. Looking for the score. Pulls it in the end zone. Here comes the offense on 1st down. He wants to start this drive with a pass. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion? Perfect play call for that big gain to open the drive. Now here they come on 1st and 10. They've got the play bottled up. Fumble, it's out.
Man, those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
Tackled there by the defense.
Nice job by the quarterback, pre-snap and post-snap. He knew the defense was going to be playing zone coverage, and there was no doubt in his mind where he was going with that football.
Shotgun snap on 3rd down. Working that left side now. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. At the end of the quarter, it's Kennesaw State on top. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. They've swapped into the field, and we're ready to go in the 2nd. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. Motion from the offense. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. He looks that one in nicely. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. New set of downs after that completion. They want to just keep throwing it. Takes a hit as he fires. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. That last incompletion leaves them with 2nd and 10 from the 21. This time he's got his man. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down. Now lining up to snap it in the red zone. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Got it. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Leaves it with the back. And he'll take it in for a touchdown. He'll try to tack on one more.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through.
Guys, we'll get another look at this Kennesaw State offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on that.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Makes the grab on the left. Oh, what a move! And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. A little misdirection and the handoff on the counter. At the 45 on its way. They finally make the stop, but the big run is ready to move those sticks for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it a little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. Going to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Going for it all. He took a shot at the end zone, and he almost picked it off. It'll be third down. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. He's not afraid to go deep. Into the end zone. Offense getting set for first down. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Got out of trouble and throws. Makes the catch along the sidelines and steps out of bounds.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him over.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Coming after him. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. Here comes the offense on second down. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Got his man in the middle. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on first down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Pocket starts to collapse. And the quarterback is snowed under. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Grabbed in the middle, it's Williamson. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. They dialed up a beauty on that last one. It got him inside the red zone. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 16. He let the thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. And the incompletion brings up a second down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Quick strike complete. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
Just drives it between the uprights. Guys, we're about to see this Kennesaw State offense go back to work. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
Finds his man. It's Ashley. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. It's a 1st and 10. To the air, it's Bryson. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch. Kennesaw State coming out with another first down.
And that's a first down for the offense.
He's going to pass. Floating away. Going to try to get it himself. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. And just too much on that pass. Too high, too wide, out of bounds and incomplete. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a third down and short. From the gun, wants to pass. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. Kennesaw State will have to punt this one away. Fair catch called for and made. And the offense will play it safe, take a knee, and head to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, you've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far today in Western New York. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on third down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those 2 stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas inside picturesque UB Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. Kennesaw State ready to kick it off to start things here in the second half. He'll call for the fair catch here. First down for this offense. They're going to open this drive with a pass. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Feeling some heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Another incompletion on 3rd down. And here comes the punt team. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Running it back, it's Wallace. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Guys, we'll get another look at this Kennesaw State offense. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack.
I think this team knew going into halftime trailing, their defense was going to have to step up here in the second half. And on the very first play of the 3rd quarter, they get a sack. That is good news for this defense.
Off he goes. And he's brought down after a huge completion. This is an explosive attack, and that last big play has them set up 1st and 10 from the 26. Use the play fake, now to throw. And boy, was that pressure in his face immediately. Down he goes. So now on 2nd and long, you start to think just don't fall out of field goal range. To the air, it's Bryson. Pressure coming. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack.
The defense has been so dominant up front. You've seen it in these passing situations. That now the 7th sack of the game.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. He says he can kick one from 75, but here he's going to need just 58 of them. And it's good from 58 yards out. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. War Eagle. Auburn is putting on a show offensively. They just simply can't be stopped. They're up 14 over New Mexico. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Quarterback empties his backfield. He'll start this drive firing. They're working that left side. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. Less than a yard to go to pick up the first down. He'll wedge it in there on the quarterback sneak. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. He wants to throw. They're trying to get to it. He's right on target. Still on his feet at the 45. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. A new set of downs after the completion. Comes out throwing on first down. They're bringing heat. Got rid of it just in time. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll run play action. Fires to the middle. And they can't connect, but the flag flies, and I think this is going to be pass interference.
Defense.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Looking to go up top on first down. This time on target. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And he's got a touchdown.
And the offense continues to run the football. The 2nd rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Guys, we're about to see this Kennesaw State offense go back to work. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one. Make life easier on this kicker is so important to this team.
3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Unloads to the wideout. And the ball is intercepted. They got him down pretty quickly, but they're set up now at the 21-yard line.
Some defensive players just have a knack. I've played with guys throughout the course of my career that you can't coach it. It's not speed, it's not strength. It's literally, I know when to break on the football, how to go get it, and how to pull it in. It's just a knack.
Pass on the way. It's picked off. Looking for more room. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. Looking for a productive play on first down. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Using the quick game. And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss. Back to pass, it's Bryson. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. A first down for the offense. Looking to move it through the air. Moving out of the pocket. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
Nice job by the defense. You got to dial into your keys. You got to make sure you're reading those guys up front. They did a good job. They saw it. They pulled the trigger. They knew the quarterback had it. They weren't fooled. Strung it out. Did a nice job of limiting the damage with that QB run.
And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24. First down. Fast motion from the offense. Getting some heat. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35. Really need to pick up some yardage this time on 2nd and long. He's looking to throw. It's complete. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. They run into a bit of trouble here. 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. This might be a little easier if it were straight on, but a 43-yarder from the right hash. No good. And here in the 3rd quarter, it is still a tie ball game. Guys, we'll get another look at this Kennesaw State offense. Give to the single back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw, it's Bryson. It's complete to the left. And brought down, looks as if that's how we'll end the 3rd. No question they wanted to get the ball to their playmakers, and both receivers have come up big through 3. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the 4th. They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. Looking to throw for it. Quickly out to the tight end. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
Really nice job there by the quarterback understanding it's blitz, and not just that it's blitz, but knowing whether it's man coverage or zone coverage behind the blitz. You've still got it.
And the blitz gets to him just like that.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
Off play action. Looking to buy time. Trying to escape and get it himself. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact. Ball is at the 41 as his defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man downfield. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball.
Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. This drive was rolling, and then it got thrown into reverse. Here's a 2nd and 18. He's looking to throw. Firing to the right, complete. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Already 2 for 2 on 3rd down, but this time they'll need 9 to convert. Scanning the field, it's Bryson. Trying to get to him. He breaks a tackle. And he couldn't find quite enough running room to reach the line to gain. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. They'll run it to the right. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Loss of 2. Brings up.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. Got it set up on the outside. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen, almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Offense has it at the 28 on first down. He finds his man.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
That last completion sets him up on second down. The give to the tailback. Gets it out to the 40-yard line. Give him 5 on that one.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. He's got the tight end. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
You can tell this quarterback did his homework coming into this game. He has been dissecting this defense with his arm and his mind. Over 300 yards passing now.
Moving closer to the red zone, it's at the 27 on first down. Gonna run it. It's Strickland. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
It's a really nice job of the offense mixing it up on this drive. We've seen some nice plays throwing it. And how about that one, running it too? Great push up front.
They've moved it into scoring territory, 1st and 10 from the 11. They'll ride the hot hand. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
All right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. He didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes second down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it. Still in a great position. Way to stay ahead of the chains.
They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Here's the handoff. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious.
Timeout by the offense.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. And he's into the end zone for a touchdown.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters, in the 4th quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football game.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Troy went on the road and silenced one of the most vocal crowds in football. And it's clear this Trojans team has adopted the mantra, let your play do the talking. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Makes the grab. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. The offense will use the timeout clock as stopped with 22 seconds left. Looking for a man. It's Bryson. Quarterback adapted. He's going to run it. able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. Timeout is called by the offense. 16 seconds left in the game. On second down, wants to throw. He's got his man. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. The timeout stops the clock with 10 seconds to play.
Timeout, Kennesaw State.
Wants to throw on first down. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Coming after him. He'll try to do it himself. Just couldn't find a hole in this defense. They were ready for him and forced him out of bounds, and no gain on the play. They won the game today. That's 2 in a row. If they win the next one, it's called a winning streak. It's been done before.
And we're seeing the identity of this team coming to fruition. You just get the sense they're finding out who they are, what they're about, what they're going to do schematically, and who their big playmakers are.
Which is tough to do, right? It's tough to grow throughout a season and understand who you are. But when you stack wins week after week on top of each other and start to have success, you start to grow as an identity and you start to understand who you are.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack.